Yeah, I don't know. Let's reach back. Sorry, but yeah.
Yeah, well, let me see if it's up or it's not up. Mhm, mhm. That's weird. And I see in the street. Ah, there it is. Cool. Hold on. See where it's at. Mhm, 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 mhm. All right, Josh.
Hmm.
Kid getting things started.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's time. Let's go.
LOL. Right. So welcome to the Athlete Podcast, TT. Thanks for coming to share your story.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here, man. Thanks for inviting me. I real glad, you know.
Okay, well, you could go forth and tell us a little bit about yourself. Who is Joash Webb? What sport you're in, and if you had represented the national team.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Yeah, so my name is Josh Webb. I'm a ex-national athlete for Trinidad and Tobago in the sport of karate. Um, in terms of rank for persons who care about that, I'm a third degree black belt. I
Okay.
have been doing martial arts since the age of 8. Believe it or not, that's 20 years now. 20 years of doing martial arts. And it's been quite a journey. I love the sport ever since small. So
Yeah.
them like Power Rangers, them kind of stuff like that. Got involved one time. And it has kept me disciplined to some extent. Yeah. And it's just what I do. I do a lot of stuff outside of the field of karate or martial arts in terms of the world of sports. I've
Mm.
been involved in football from a different angle, doing a little bit of management. I've been involved in a lot of teams, and you would know, like with athletes in action as well, where we
Yeah.
do sports ministry, and with the sports ministry, there's no limit to the type of team we work with. We work with volleyball, work with, and we don't. I don't limit myself having some experience also academically in sports management. So I just love the thing, man. Total
Yeah.
sport and all. I don't really want to.
Yeah.
Co-founder of Total Sport and all. It's just been sports is what I've loved since I was small, you know. So I'm
Yeah.
sure it had things I leaving out. Sports is just what I love.
That's cool. You mentioned to degree black belt. What is the difference? Like,
Yeah,
since I know everybody is like black belt is the highest level. I don't know it have one, two, and
yeah,
three.
yeah. Um, so you start off with a white belt, clean,
Yeah.
and then there are lots of levels I'll go through quickly. So you go to yellow, orange. Those are the beginner ranks, and then you go
Hmm.
to intermediate, which would be green, blue, purple. Different schools have it a little bit different. So don't come at me if you know your school have it different. This is the system that I am a part of. After
Yeah.
intermediate, there's advanced, brown belt and black, usually, you know. Um, but black belts on the other hand now, once you reach black belts, it's like, but why it have so many degrees? There are 10
Yeah.
degrees black belts.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
because the person who there are people involved in the sport for years. They may not be um the sharpest or youngest sprightly person, but they're involved in teaching and work their way up for some time. When you reach a black belt in our system, we don't get ranked every specific period, like every 2 years, every 6 months. Now it's about life and how you advance in life. And where my professor thinks that, yeah, you've made some progress in life because
Mm.
it's more than just about the sport. You've made some progress. It could also mean we are open a school teaching persons, but it's more than just that. It's where they see, okay, yeah, you're making good steps in life. Now let's do a grading. But the grading is still usually associated with some literal combat and practicing martial arts to see that you're still involved and you're still sharp and able to display these skills. But that is not where they decide, okay, yeah, I think it's now time. A
Okay.
grandmaster is the highest rank, which is the 10th one. But yeah, it have different little things you might call. You
So
might hear
it's
somebody say
one,
Sensi,
2,
Shian.
3,
Yeah, start with
like
one,
that.
ends with
Okay.
10.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. You mentioned that you is a former national athlete. Why former?
Well, I am a national of Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah. No,
But
I meant why you step away from the
yeah, yeah.
sport or why you
Um,
transitioned from competing professionally for the country.
yeah, I transitioned from competing um at that level for the country when I started going to university. That when I went to University of the West Indies, um I had to balance school and sports, and I wasn't doing a good job at it in my first semester.
Okay.
I wasn't doing good at all, at all, at all.
Yeah.
I had to, trust God through that process, and I had to take some time away. And I thank God for the season I was in, still was able to grow in different ways.
Yeah.
Still able to practice the sport. It's not always about being on the national team at the end of the day. So I
Yeah.
still am involved in karate. I just not on the national team. I could try to, but I don't think it's what I have to do right now.
Yeah. Okay. What were some struggles you faced early on in your career?
Yeah. Um, Early on in my career, I'd say my size, I was real small. Like real small. Unbelievably small. When I am competing, even though I had all this zeal, excitement and stuff,
Yeah.
because yeah, no problem. Because there are different aspects of karate. There's katas, there's weapons, all these different things. I'm good at all these things, but when it came to fighting in
Yeah.
the early years, them big guys used to be rolling me over. Like, yo, I just used to get beat up, shred, crying and thing. Yeah,
Hold on. I feel like
yeah.
the
What's that?
stream pause. Wait, hold on. I don't know if it's me.
I see any
Like my
time rolling
phone.
on my end.
Ah, never mind. We good.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, so
So
I just used to be getting beat up.
when did your relationship with Jesus Christ begin? Like when you started to take it seriously?
I'd say 20 2011. Yeah, 2011 November. Well, probably a little bit before then. I
Mm-hmm.
got baptized in November 2011. So probably by around January 2011 or September, I started going to youth service in Open Bible
Mm-hmm.
on a Friday evening after school, and that really laid the foundation for me starting to take God serious and um, live a life dependent on Him in everything that I do.
And what piqued your interest in like attending the youth service?
Youth service. Firstly, I would say that I sort of grew up. And I grew up in a Christian home, but not
Mm.
necessarily going to church all the time.
Yeah.
So the principles and stuff, I was aware of it. And I think my brother was going or something, and I say, yeah, well, I want to go to and see what it's like. Um, and going, I wasn't up under him all the time. I still was in my own space, so I
Mm-hmm.
was able to experience it completely different to him. But seeing so many youths, I believe in God all the time, man. Being able to share the love for God together, because in school it wasn't really like that. Everybody was just more about everything, vibes, and not really about God. And
Yeah.
being able to freely worship Him in a space as a youth was something I appreciated at that time. So I kept going, and I was like, yo, think I need to make this decision, already, Yeah.
Okay. How would you say your faith have shaped the way you approach or approached karate since it's now a part of your past life ish?
but I still compete sometimes, eh? And
Yeah.
even with the national organization as well. Um, but apart from that, my faith, going back a little bit, the karate school that I attended,
Mm.
I'm gonna get this story. I After liking karate from like Power Rangers and stuff, my brother, my older brother, had a sleepover by his friend from school. And
Mm.
me, the youngest boy, always trying to tag along with my older brothers because I want to lime too. Why I can't lime?
Yeah.
One by them. After we went by them, his friend had to go karate lessons. Went to his karate school and see them train. And I was like, yo, I need to do this too. To my parents, they
Mm.
eventually got me in a school. It wasn't the school that I went and watched.
Mm-hmm.
The school I went and watched was a popular school. I wanted to go there. Like, yo. But God chose difference, and the school that I actually went, Trinity Almighty Karate, because it's a school based on godly principles, and
Okay.
where God is the head attack. The name of it and the principles taught everything is about um turning back to God. So
Mm.
even talking about like Trinity, well, Father, Son, Holy Spirit,
Yeah.
Almighty. It's not by might, not by power, it's by the
Mm.
Spirit. So from then, it was already being instilled in me from the age of 8. That's before I even started to take, Christ seriously, and becoming baptized and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so these little things really played a role. So I don't want to take it for granted.
Yeah.
And I must acknowledge and thank my parents for choosing that for me. That's a
Yeah.
good choice. And I am glad for that, even after initially being like, yo, but it's not the school I asked to join.
Yeah.
Um, I'm grateful for the experience I've lived.
Yeah.
Um, to add to it, I don't know if I finished answer the question the way in terms of like in the sport itself, right? The way it would have shaped how I would have competed or even trained as a Christian athlete. Um, with others around me who had different values,
Yeah.
sometimes some people might have been cursing or wanting to do certain things in terms of like cheating, um,
Yeah.
and how you respond to these situations kind of change with the values that I took from Christianity and the values that I needed to replicate and represent. As a Christian athlete, I showed love to my competitors all the time. There's no person that I ever hated, and there's nobody that I hate right now.
Yeah.
Nobody. Like, somebody could hate me, somebody could be like, always respect. But when we're on the floor, I ain't even joking. When we're on the floor, I am so happy to be there. I am competing. I hate to
Yeah.
compete, but um, it's love after that. I really and truly chose to exemplify Christ more than anything else,
Mm.
and as best as I can. Especially as it's a combat sport, people may not understand how to balance that and why I'm in this sport in the first place. But
Yeah.
really and truly, it's a sport. It's not a fight. You
Mm.
know, you're fighting in the sport, but it's not. We're not literally against each other for life. We're just competing in a sport.
Yeah.
We are human beings outside of this. You know, so that's how I'd say my faith would have influenced so impacted the way I would have moved around as a athlete.
Cool. My next question. Do or did you ever struggle with anger or aggression in the sport? And obviously then kind of ties into what you just see, but how did you deal with it? Or a better way to say it is, have you ever, like, were you an angry person growing up? And how
Nah,
hard did, okay.
I was an angry person, but I've witnessed angry people around me. There were
Mm.
some angry people in karate, so I can't say. I want to say that because I've been involved in karate, I've learned to control my anger. Um, I think it did play a part because of like in a fight, it's more thinking, if you want to really be good, it's more thinking than reacting, and power and strength and all of that. To win a fight, you really have to be in control of the fight, which is being aware of them, yourself, and the surroundings. So you don't really have the time to really be angry. You don't really have the space. If you're angry, you're likely to lose a battle. You just want to do one thing, hurt this person, get at them, and they will just probably move, disappear, and boom, you're on the ground.
Mm.
So yeah,
Okay.
I really didn't. Not something I had an issue with.
Next question. What has failure taught you? Not just as an athlete, but as a believer.
Um, there's a conference that I went, and the slogan was, "It doesn't end here." That was the slogan, but the theme of the conference was further. So it encouraged you to like go further, push further, go again. You could go further. You might be like, exactly. It doesn't end here. No matter how you feel, it might be
Yeah.
up. It don't end here. It might be down in the gutter. Wherever you are, you have breath, you have life, you have hope. It doesn't end here. Um, I just want to make sure I answer the question. You can
Yeah, yeah.
ask, River.
That's the question. What has failure taught you? Not
Yeah, what
just
has
as
failure
an
taught me?
athlete, but as a believer.
Yeah, so I'll answer it both ways. So as an athlete,
Yeah.
remember I was telling you I used to get beat up and thing, real bad and thing as a youth man. So I had to learn how to fight as a small person, and
Yeah.
speed became my strength. Agility became my strength, distancing, and eventually no, and flexibility. So I had to kick tall people. I had to learn how to kick.
Hmm.
Man, when you kick, there's more points than if you punch. So I fight on the
Okay.
outside range. Um, I've learned to become better and not be angry with my circumstance, but more so see how I could learn and grow as a person and with whatever I have in my hands. And my failures in the beginning could have been the end of it, but I chose to learn from it that um, consistency and purpose leads to winning. So
Okay.
I used to say like consistency and purpose are the principles of a winner. That's what I used to say,
Mm.
right? And in life in general, as I mentioned, I like to tell these stories. I don't know why I always selling out myself. In the first semester in university, I failed 3 courses out of 5, which was very detrimental to me. Hurt. I
Sorry.
I've been lying. I've been lying. You see, you ever see on cartoons when a man draw this be on the ground and thing? That's the first
Yeah.
and only time that ever happened to me. I don't understand why he's doing that, but I was
Ah, that's crazy, bro. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
if I had to act it up, I literally felt like my heart in my hand. I was like, uh, that really happened.
Yeah.
I
Were
get
you on
up,
scholarship or you
no,
was paying
but
for
I was
it?
on gate,
Okay.
and I got up, walked straight to the back of the house, because it had people in the house, and them, I just didn't know them, I just walked to the back of the house. I look up, and I just pray. Like, I was like, God, how?
Yeah.
But that prayer wasn't usual prayer. It was more like talking, like, God, how? Like, what is
Hmm.
this? I've been. I get to trash out all the stuff with God. Talk to my sister about it after. Big up Renal. And I've big up Renal on our podcast before, so big up my sister. Um, but that failure,
Yeah.
I love the failure because after that, I never fail a course.
That's
I
good.
never fail a course. And it doesn't end here.
Yeah.
It doesn't end here.
So the courses you failed, you didn't know like during the semester if you was doing good or not. It's like midterms. So like you thought
Um,
you was just floating on cloud 9
I
or
honestly didn't think I was gonna fail. Some of them have other difficulties. One of them
yeah.
is statistics, and it have a
Okay,
high
yeah.
failure rate. Real people
Okay, yeah.
fail the course. Real people always fail in the course. So I knew it had a chance, but I know I touched every topic and I felt like if I was good enough, so I feel that at least gotta be. I was really hoping for good. Like no lie, no lie. I didn't expect it at all. That
Hey.
really shocked me. I didn't expect it at all. I guess I wasn't ready. I wasn't studying right. I wasn't doing it
Clearly.
the right way. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Next question. Have you ever prayed for a win and still lost? And then how did you choose to process that? How did you process that?
Um, Thankfully, I understand that I could be the person I gonna against could be praying to the same God or maybe not, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if I was really pray for the win in it, but yeah, I was pray for
Mm,
the win. Like yeah, I was pray for the win, and but more so for like strategy,
mm,
like how I could move going forward, trusting like God. Like how can I enter this fight? Should I be a little more aggressive, a little more moving around the fight? That was my prayer usually, and to be a faith, probably if I feel a little discouraged or fear, pray against this kind of stuff. And there's some
yeah.
words of wisdom that generally I'd probably repeat from the
Okay.
club that I was in that kind of instilled those values. So like I say, I will be bold, I will be strong, for the Lord thy God is with me. I will not be afraid. I will not be discouraged. I will walk in faith and victory. I will walk in faith and victory. And it goes along and different things like that. So it helps, reassures me and like, yeah, just go forward. Go forward. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. And what does fighting a good fight of faith mean to you personally?
Fighting a good fight of faith means to me, is everything spiritual and everything physical as well. Meaning that not resting down my representation for Christ and my belief in Christ, not bending to what society might try to make me, not conforming to sin or not
Yeah.
conforming to this world, but being transformed by the renewing of my mind. But more so actually sticking to the word. That's what it means to me. Fighting the good fight, continuously trying to become better as a Christian because we're all on a journey. None of us are perfect. I have my
Yeah.
flaws, you have your flaws, we all have our flaws, but fighting means that you're not giving up.
Yeah.
You're on this journey to continually get better, to continually um, allow God to show you areas in your life that you might be going wrong and change in those areas, repenting, get back up, do this better, do this different, and being my best self. That's fighting against a good fight for me.
Yeah. So you mentioned earlier, you speak to some clubs as a mentor, I think you said. What are the name of the clubs and how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing it very long, probably a year and a half.
Okay.
And some of the clubs that I do that would be Evolution FC in Edinburgh 500,
Mm-hmm.
um, Point 14 Pioneers,
Okay.
and
That is a female team or the male?
yeah, yeah, the female
Female?
team, the team that you
Okay.
score against. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's small thing. I'm still glad for you scoring. Still glad for you scoring.
Yeah.
Um, Other teams being Dunstan Williams Soccer Academy, that's in Marbella, and there's we're supposed to be at the Dortmund Academy in Aruka
Okay.
soon, but not yet. Oh,
That's cool.
yeah.
What got you into doing these things though? Like, how is it like this is something you wish that you had growing up that you're really encouraged to continue in? Like, what drives you to go for it? Because I know it's um you share your faith. What it is that you really do when you go to these teams?
Um, it's character development, I'd say, and teaching athletes, um, mentoring them to understand that it's more than just you're more than just an athlete. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes it becomes difficult, and people see them as athletes alone. Um, Misunderstanding that they may have like financial issues, they may have mental
Yeah.
issues, they may have social issues, different things that may be bothering them, spiritual issues as well. But we
Yeah.
try to work with them hand in hand wherever their weakness is at to help them be that extra person, that extra guide to support them. But with these, that's the overall posture we take. But
Yeah.
what we do with these academies, we plan different sessions to give them skills in different areas of life
Mhm.
based on godly principles. I was telling just recently, I was on the living room at work, and I was telling um, Ricardo Michel how one of the systems or things we utilize, one of the tools we utilize are 4Gs. So I was sharing with Evolution FC recently. Go to God,
Mhm.
be a good person, have good friends around you, and have good information. Um, that's just 4 steps to help them kind of remember, okay, am I making the right decision right now? Did I go to God? The people influencing me or the counsel I'm taking, is it good counsel from good friends?
Yeah.
Um, am I being a good person by doing this? And did I do the right research? Do I have good information to make the best decision? So these kind of skills help them to make better decisions on their own when I am not there, when Camila's not there.
Yeah.
So at least in action is trying to work. We don't have a big staff, but we're
Yeah.
trying to work with the teams that we can work
Yeah.
with the resources that we have.
That's good. I bet that is encouraging to the youths as well.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like it's much needed nowadays more than a long time, in my opinion. Um,
Mhm.
yeah. But in closing, final question. Can you share a favorite Bible verse that keeps you going?
My favorite Bible verse that keeps me going. I'll say, well, I mentioned one before, so I'll not say
Mm,
that one. But so I'll say, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things would be added onto you.
okay.
Good. I could go deeper in it, so as you say in closing.
Yeah, you could. You could feel free.
All right. Yeah, it helped me to center myself, focus as in decision making as well,
Yeah.
because sometimes I can tend to get misguided by um, sometimes job opportunities, finances, different things. And that can make me become overwhelmed. So
Yeah.
in seeking God first, I'm able to cut off something sometimes and able to focus myself. Yeah.
All right.
But by the way, you prefer roti
Mm.
or pilau?
Nah, pillow, you mad? Roti and nothing on pillow. Then we ended that. That is curry. That is nah. It's two different dishes, dog. All right.
Is
Right.
that is a tough one or not? Is a tough one.
Yeah, but
I even,
I
but
really like my
I would
pillow.
say roti though, because
What?
like but wrap roti, not all roti, yeah. See,
Dog.
wrap
Like,
roti and
you
it had
could
to be
eat a
chicken
roti now and
without
again. All right. So out of the two, right? If you had to choose to eat it for the rest of your life, you choose a roti. You
that a
are
good way
bang
to
belly
put
or
it. That a good way to put it.
right?
But think about it, right? If you had to never eat something like you never get to taste it for all your life,
Yeah.
you could choose to never eat a roti, like for real,
Minus
over a
that roti
pilau.
could go. Small thing.
Nah,
You know
boy.
how good a
Think
pillow
about
is?
that
A
roti, that
good,
wrap roti has sauce and no
oh,
bone in the chicken.
a good pigeon peas pillow. Homegrown peas, bro. Nah, no
Yeah.
way. What? You done steam that down, actually. I can't wait. I going on this weekend, I telling you.
Hmm. All
Yeah.
right, all right.
Anyway, it was a pleasure having you. Appreciate you coming and somebody say roti. Roti hands down never.
Yeah,
Yo,
yeah.
wicked to see
Roti.
roti. You could
Pure
never stick
roti.
to a roti for the rest of your life, boy. No way. Why I can't
Yeah,
see
but who
myself doing
eating
that.
pilau for the rest of their life
What?
anyway? Like,
But
like
pilau just be egg, cause you have pork pilau, a beef pilau, a
no, well,
chicken
no,
pilau.
well,
You
same
understand
with
what
the
I'm
roti,
saying?
you know. Same with the
True.
roti.
Alright, true, true.
Duck
Alright.
roti, shrimp
True,
roti.
alright, alright. No, but I don't think I could see myself eating all that flour. You know, I
Yeah,
maybe you is one of those who could lose weight fast. I is a girl I eat two hamburger in
that
the
is
same
true.
day
I
and I
know.
grow 5 pounds on. Nah, I can't do that.
Yeah. But
Alright.
honestly, it was a pleasure being here. I feel like the time was too short. I line. Um,
Time went quick, yeah.
I had some questions here, but I guess I would have to invite you to a podcast sometime, at least an action podcast. So look
Sounds
out for
good.
it. When we start up the At least an action podcast, I shall dream how to come through someday.
I appreciate it. Yeah, well, that's it, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Y'all enjoy your weekend and be safe. Hold on this.